Thank you very much. Our first entrant into the building, Otumba 1. I appreciate your gift as well. Keep your questions coming in and let's fly. Obiajulu says, Coach, please talk about Dangote Cement and QTix commercial papers. Well, as you can see, you already know about them. I can only just gloss through. Dangote Cement is offering a commercial paper. In the course of the session, I will still talk about it. Let's keep going with your questions. But commercial papers are also debt instruments issued by organizations to raise capital, short-term capital, to meet up some working capital needs, right? Sometimes they needed to quickly fund some projects for the business or expansion or what have you. So basically, it also has very short term, between 365 days and below, 180 days, some of them, 90 days, some of them. So in the course of the live session, I shall be talking about them. Thank you very much for bringing it up, but I have plans to talk about them also. It's actually 100 billion naira commercial paper by Dangote Cement. Just for the sake of those who may be joining us, maybe 30 minutes from now, I will revisit this subject of current commercial papers so that everyone can be abreast, right? And this is what we enjoy here. Immediate market events and developments that we can maybe take advantage of if we need to, all right? Thank you very much. Keep your questions now coming in, but you know how we do it. Keep power tapping your screens, continue to like, continue to share, continue to give gifts. Those screen actions eventually leads to so many more new entrants into our live sessions. Just the way we are enjoying information and making money out of it, how about we get more people to benefit from this gathering? That's what we're all about, all right? And as we keep making progress and I keep hearing of your testimonials, it's very encouraging for us to keep doing more. The Cornerstone is asking, says, please, what will happen to Sukuk FG and oversubscribed customers? And have they started allotting it? The Cornerstone, no information yet about the allotment for now. So we will just remain calm while keeping fingers crossed. Usually, if they want to do the proper thing, they may want to try to let it go round by administering, say, maybe 30 to 50% of each person's application, especially for the lower cadre applicants, and then for the multiple high volume applicants, they can reduce to like 20 or 30%, while giving, say, 50% for the lower applicants. So somebody who is trying to invest like 100,000 or 500,000 should be able to get at least 50% of, if they ask me, this is how I will try to make the allotment to happen so that everybody has a taste of it. And then those who are maybe from 100,000 to 1 million, they should be having like 50% of their application granted. Those who applied from 100,000 and below should get 100% approved. And then those from, say, over 1 million to 10 million, you know, you just stagger it such that everybody gets, and then those who have the most money do not collect everything. Yeah, but there's certainly a lot of work to do for the issuing houses because they will now need to work out the process of refunding so many others as it was oversubscribed by over 700%. That's a serious, serious signal that people are really looking for where to invest their money safely. Aleshi Loye Lekon, is QTix and SCOA good fundamental stocks, coach? I haven't done my research on FCOA, but QTix has a good fundamental. I can tell you, as we progress, maybe I should just give you a little rundown regarding QTix so you can have a good idea. Remember, QTix just did 1-for-1 last year. That's why the stock price has been stagnated for a while, but they are trying. Now, because of that 1-for-1 bonus issued, their stocks were heavily diluted, and therefore you have market capitalization at 22 billion for QTix, revenue 15.77 billion, which is a lot, and the net income 1.13 billion naira. Shares outstanding is now 7.05 billion shares, and earnings per share 16 kobo for the moment. That's for the financial year ended 2024. They paid a dividend of they are paid a dividend of 8 kobo per share, and they've paid that dividend already, and we are hoping that they continue to improve. Now, the money realized, which they used to pay for the extra shares, they will put back in the business for further expansion. Good afternoon, Coach. Please, between NACO, NIDF, and UBA, which one should I buy today, and what's the entry price? I really want to grow my 1 million. Mr. D. Abba. Mr. D. Abba, depends on how much you have. Yesterday, I informed us, and let me repeat today, that institutional investors are now taking position in NACO, which is a very good sign that it's a strong and solid stock for even greater achievements going forward. Thank you very much, Ray TV. I see the gifts you are giving, really appreciate. And so take note of that. Eventually, NACO may get out of hand. Nobody knows, but that's the information. And you know, when institutional investors like PFAs go into these kind of stocks, then it becomes powerhouses that never drops easily because their funds don't move so quickly. Thank you very much, Omobi. Appreciate you for the gifts you've been sending. I can see all of your actions, giving gifts, liking, sharing the live sessions continues to open the way for more people to benefit. So I would say, depending on the volume of cash you have, and if you have not gotten NIDF, and you think that you need dividend stocks, then you should not miss buying NIDF. In any case, NACO and UBA seems to be the cheapest amongst them. NIDF, the good thing about it is if you buy it now, you are going to benefit from the interim dividend that will be paid, the quarterly dividend that will be paid. And that means you will keep getting dividend cash flow for the next 3 quarters left in 2025. UBA will be paying dividend again in October, meaning interim dividend payment. So if you take a good look at these 3 you have mentioned, 2 of them are still likely going to be paying you dividend this year, while NACO will not pay you unless they announce that they will begin to pay interim and final dividends. Otherwise, NACO's next dividend will be next year. So if you consider all of this, then you can go ahead and make your decision to buy. For now, UBA is selling at about 36 naira per share, and it's interesting to see how far it goes. There is some level of a mini bull in the banking sector that I notice, and it's important to keep an eye. Currently 36.95. In fact, today UBA has actually sold for 37, though currently now 36 naira 95 kobo. If we take a look at UBA's bid and offer status, we have 25 million bids for UBA versus 15 million offers. Make up your mind on what to do at that point. Simi Lagos says, when is the cutoff for NIDF dividends for this quarter, please? Well, dividend has not been announced, therefore no qualification date announced yet. Hopefully, maybe in the first or second, more likely the second week of next month, we will hear, because you know what happens really is that the quarter must come to an end, and the quarter comes to an end at the end of this month. Then the auditors and the management will have to do their financial reports. That will take another 2 to 3 weeks. When the report is out, based on what they have done in the quarter, they will now announce those details of qualification date and how much per share they are actually going to be paying. So you still have some time to play the bargain game with that stock. You can buy as low as 113. Sometimes it can sell as high as 120. So between now and then, still ample time to take position, okay? All right. Is Nako a dividend stock? Glory Z. Yes, Nako pays dividend. They paid a fantastic 5 naira 94 kobo per share dividend, and it's paid annually. Good morning. Famena says, I was able to open a minor account for my children. Please, which 3 stocks would you recommend? Interesting. Can you confirm the age of the children? It will help me to know what category of stocks. The price of African Prudential and UCAP have remained stagnant. Should we buy? Derin, Fagbore, go ahead and buy, because suddenly there seems to be some level of bullish activity, though it's just building up from what I can see. And it's important that you buy those stocks because, first, I can explain why they've been a bit stagnant. That's because of the so much quantum bonus shares that they offered, right? They gave, UCAP gave 2-for-1 bonus. That's a lot, and it will take a while for it to recover. Well, it's recovering very well and very nicely at the moment, currently 19.15, and African Prudential, that was last year though, African Prudential gave 1-for-1 this year. So, you know, they always need time to recover from such bonuses, because after dilution of the existing shares via bonuses, what happens is the earnings are also reduced per share, because suddenly you have to split whatever you have earned into so many more shares compared to how it was. So that's why if you take a look at the financial reports from last year and 2023, you will see that the earnings per share drastically reduced. That's because of the dilution occasioned by the new shares that were issued. So that's the reason. But you know what? They will not stay this stagnant for too long. Specifically, even QTix has stayed that stagnant because QTix gave 1-for-1 last year also, much earlier. And now QTix is beginning to recover. And it's important to note these details before you go through the financial reports, or when you are going through their financial reports, because it can actually be misleading to see earnings per share reduce, whereas maybe the net income is increasing. So keep an eye on these things in case you get to study these financial reports of these companies. I repeat, QTix, African Prudential, UCAP, VFD Group. Now, VFD Group gave the biggest dividend bonus shares I have ever witnessed in my 27 years in this business. 5-for-1 dividend for every bonus. For every one you have, they give you 5 extra. That's a massive dilution also. So if you are checking the financial reports, you will see that when earnings per share and price earnings ratio matrices are checked, there is a huge difference. It's not because the company is now making losses. Just know at the back of your mind that something extraordinary happened via deep bonuses that diluted the existing shares. I hope you understand a little bit of what I'm saying. Is livestock paying dividends, sir? Yes, livestock pays dividends. Sheyi Adeosun, they do. Okay? All right, my children are 6 and 4 years old. 6 and 4 years old, they have a very long time. So it will take like more than 10 years before they turn 18. Much more than 10 years from now. That's wonderful. All right. So congratulations, by the way. You are setting up a legacy for your children. They will ever live to remember you for this. And now, what stocks to buy for them? Fortunately for us, QTix is still within range. Go ahead and buy. When I started speaking about opening minors account for our children, QTix was at 2 naira 50 kobo, 2 naira 70 kobo. Now it's jumped to 3 naira, though it went very much higher than 317 that it is. That's a very good stock to hold for them. And then I would like rather a mix of some penny stocks, which are definite growth, value stocks, with some powerful growth stocks as well. So if you, I will suggest QTIX and TIP for them. Then I would say add a stock like, let's see. You need to add one powerful stock, maybe in the fast-moving consumer goods industry, between UACN and the likes of Cadbury. Maybe you should add those two. If I have my way, as time goes on, you want to establish them in telecoms. And right now, the only much more affordable telecoms company in the NGX is MTN. You know why? Telecom business is here for life. Humankind cannot do without data anymore. Now, going into the future, they are still the ones who will be doing things like AI by the time AI takes full effect in this part of the world as well. So all of those technological developments and so on will be coming through companies like this way ahead of this time that we are in. So that's the point. Yeah, that's my recommendation for your children. Good morning, Coach Daniel Oyirimba. Good morning to you. Nkyomabi says, is TIP paying dividend? TIP paid 10 kobo per share dividend for the 2024 financial year out of a fantastic 1 naira per share EPS. Beta Glass is 210. Is it a good buy? Well, this morning, Beta Glass seems to have started again to gather momentum. I saw it selling even at 2. So you might be watching from an app which is giving you a delayed data, because from what I see from real time, Beta Glass is no longer 210. It's now 231 naira per share and on full bid. Though the bids are just 480,000, but there is no more offers. So far, just 69,000 Beta Glass has been sold at 231 naira per share. So suddenly, the tides have turned again, and it's now being chased after. I foresee the same situation with Northern Nigerian Flour Mills, which has been on full offer for a while after that crazy run that it experienced. So that's how some of these stocks behave. You will see it on full offer, nobody's buying, and then suddenly offers will appear. Then before you know it, they disappear. Bids will appear, and then before you know it, the offers disappears. That's how they work. Please, Coach, can I sell my GTCO for QTIX? Never. Comex Empire. Use fresh funds to buy QTIX. Don't make that error. Some stocks should be permanent fixtures in your portfolio while you get fresh capital to throw into stocks like QTIX. It would be a diabolic error to sell off your GTCO, because can I tell you this? The book value of GTCO is over 100 naira per share. Book value per share, 100 naira. Remember, I tweeted something yesterday about how Stanbic IBTC and GTCO are in a race to win the accolade or the prize for the first Nigerian bank to cost 100 naira per share. And I asked a question whether I should do a comparative analysis, and there was an overwhelming yes, yes, yes all over the place, including on TikTok and Instagram. Now, I've been working on that, and I can tell you there's so much value in GTCO. If you are a holder of GTCO, please stay put, okay? I recently bought VFD at 60-something naira. Now it's dancing around 16. Edo Abraham, can I explain to you? If you bought at 60, you must have seen it rise to 80-something, 93. In fact, it got to 93 naira per share. And then that's because they announced bonus shares of 5 for 1. So after they announce the bonus, the normal thing that happens is they mark down the stock price to accommodate the new shares so that it doesn't look like fake money doubling scheme, because the stock market is not a get-rich-quick scheme, right? But like I always say, it seems to reward us sometimes quicker than we expected. So when they give, that's why when they give dividend, they will mark down the dividend from this share price. So if they paid dividend of, say, 10 naira per share, for instance, Dangote Cement is about to pay 30 naira per share. If they mark down, they will remove the 30 naira from the market price for it to start rising again. So when they give you extra shares, they prorata and mark down the price to fit all the new shares they have created for free for you to still have the same value. So what I'm trying to explain is, at 60 naira, you actually made a lot of money when it got to 93 naira. But do you know what? The total number of shares you have now, you are qualified for bonus of 5 for everyone. So please come back here on the comment section and let's know how many did you buy. Edo Abraham, I'm speaking about your comment right now, because if you bought, for instance, 100,000 shares of VFD, right now, apart from that 100,000 you paid money for, there is another 500,000 shares waiting for you. So by the time you check the current price of 16 times the total 600,000 shares you now have, because you add your 100,000 to the 500 extra, which is the bonus, check it against 16 naira, you will find that you are making more money compared to how much you bought, the capital you spent when you bought at 60 naira, okay? So these are the clarifications that you need to understand and stay in tune and be happy, just in case you were feeling terrible that what you bought at 60 naira is now 16 naira. There was serious value given to you for free, and that's what I've just explained. I bought some shares in Fidelity Bank. I have that they've paid out dividend and I didn't get my, okay. Love and Unity. First thing to do is to contact your broker. I don't know what platform you bought from. Contact your broker, then also Google search the registrars for Fidelity Bank, and then contact them to say you haven't received your dividend. Surely your dividend will get to you. Finally, Cadbury moved to 37 to 39. Abuja Baker. All right. Someone is happy with her investment. Finally, that finally tells me about how you have managed to wait, I guess, and now it's beginning to play out. Look, listen, whatever you hear from here and buy, just have patience. These things have a way of rewarding you for being patient. And one thing we do here is we seem to enter most of these stocks very early. And that's why we need a lot of patience, because that's the way you make money. Enter early, and then you'll surely be on very good profits, okay? All right. So that's what we are about. Okay, so we go ahead with your comments. Please, how do I open an account for my kids, or should I buy theirs in my account? Your advice. Glory Z. The way to do it is to email your stockbroker to send you minor form. When they send to you, then you complete it. It is always attached or connected to your account, because they are not of age, but you are of age. And so since you are applying on their behalf, it will now be opened, and then each one of them are attached to yours as you become the administrator of those accounts until they come of age. I hope you understand that. Very straightforward. If it's complicated, how can I include her and buy stocks in her name? J. Ace. I seem to have missed out on your first. Okay, how can I change the name on my stocks to my daughter's? That's not possible, because everything about your stocks has your identity, BVN, bank details, and what have you, ID, and so on and so forth. So what you would do, just open a fresh minor account. If you desperately need to move everything to your daughter, then I think you should sell off and rebuy for her. Or yes, a cross deal is possible. A cross deal is possible. Talk to your broker, email your broker, and activate a cross deal between you and your daughter. That's how most of the biggest transactions are done. And in this case, it is now in-house, house to house. So it's easier. You're not dealing with some other broker, so they can easily package that for you. Please, coach, can I sell my GTCO? Okay, I've responded to this. Looks like the questions are coming in thick and fast. Let me see what I can do. Top of the day to you, Maobi, not a problem. Anytime you come in, it's the right time. You can't kill yourself. It's a voluntary service we are offering to humankind. So you know what? I'm going to be introducing some of our ESCO members, the leaders of Net Worth Investors Club, to us as we continue to progress. Oremos is one of them. Oremos, please come online. Let's also have Maobi. VOO is also here. She's one of the ESCO members. It's important for you to know how organized we already are, and your community is growing very fast. The club, Net Worth Investors Club, is making some behind-the-scenes progress. Now, let me also tell you where's Maobi? If I can get you on board, it's fine. I'm just trying to. Okay, we have a caller. First caller for the day, Star Prince. Let's hear Star Prince. The floor will be left open. Anyone I mentioned to take up some of these questions that shall be asked. Hello, Star Prince.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Star Prince. I'm from Benin, Edo State, Nigeria.
Star Prince from Benin. Can I tell you what? Benin City is agog with a lot of investors participating in our activities, and I give it up to them. So many participants from Benin. From that part of Nigeria. Go ahead. It's good to have you.
I do go online, check about stocks and all that, but I don't really have much idea about it, and like the company I should go as in meeting a stockbroker, one of them and all that. But I have the funds to invest, but I don't know how to do it. So I was out here searching for information, and I got to your live.
Interesting stuff. You're welcome. Now I will let one of our admins who is already online to speak to you. Oremos, are you there? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you doing today?
Very well, thank you. And you?
We bless God. We are registering progress.
Fantastic. Now I'd like you to attend to Star Prince. He's just joining, wants to invest, stumbled on today's live session.
Okay. Welcome, Star Prince.
Thank you.
Although I didn't know your question, but then from Coach, he said you just joined this wonderful family and this wonderful platform. And then I would like to kind of introduce you into what we do here, which is all about buying stocks, especially buying stocks, both in the Nigerian stock exchange and then in the foreign market. First of all, I would like to begin by saying or explaining to you what it means to buy stocks. In a layman's definition, to buy stocks means to purchase parts of a company. So when you buy a stock, you become a part owner of a company. When you buy MTN stock, you become a part owner of MTN company. You become a shareholder. And then the second thing is this: when you do that, you are not doing that to throw money away. You are doing that in order to make gains, in order to make profits. And when you buy stocks, there are two ways through which you can make profits, you can make gains. And the first one is through capital appreciation. And of course, you have been hearing stocks, buying stocks. When you buy stocks, for example, you bought Aradel when it was 400. Today it is selling at around 500. That means you have gained 100 naira in each of those stocks you bought. So that is one of the ways through which you can make profit when you buy stocks. So that gain is what is called capital appreciation. And then the second is by dividends. And dividend is because you are now a shareholder, a part owner of that company. When they make profit, they share the profit. So your own part, your own chunk of that profit, depending on the number of stocks you have, that is called a dividend. So it is a profit you make. Let me mention this. It is very good to buy stocks of good companies that are making profits. Otherwise, if they incur losses, you also partake in the losses. Just like MTN did not pay dividend last year because of the losses. So these are the little dynamics. So the next is, what do you need in order to do well in this your wealth creation journey as regards stock buying and then stock trading? First of all, you need knowledge. If you do not get the requisite knowledge, definitely you are going to have your fingers burnt. Of course, you may still hear people saying they abandoned the stock market because they invested in this and then they lost money. One of the reasons why you will lose money in this market is because you do not have the requisite knowledge. So, but for you, luckily for you, you are starting on a very, very strong foundation. So, in order to acquire the requisite knowledge, I will advise you, my dear brother, to continue being present on these live sessions where coach will be giving you the dishing out, the basic knowledge. Apart from that, you can also go to his YouTube videos. There you will acquaint yourself with, you see a lot of beginner videos. You can consume as much as you want. That will give you at least the requisite knowledge to begin. And then you can also join our network investors club. There you will see all of us, we are there sharing knowledge, sharing experiences. There you can also ask questions if you encounter problem.
Thank you.
Then the next thing is how do you now buy these stocks? How do you buy the stocks? Because you cannot just go to MTN and buy the MTN company and buy the stocks. There are intermediaries. These intermediaries are called stockbrokers. So we always advise, coach will always advise, and we follow in his footsteps. We always advise that you go to, especially if you are trading in the Nigerian stock exchange, you go to Atlas. You subscribe with Atlas portfolios or Morgan Capital. These are stockbrokers, and then we always advise.
Do I need, as in, I should search them online, or I should go to their office? But because I don't really know much about it. Like, do they have an office in Edo State, Benin City?
You don't need to go to their office. You don't need to go to their office because many things are now digitalized. What you need to do is to join the Networked Investors Club. They'll just give you the link, and then you will take it up from there. Or Atlas Portfolio, one of their representatives, always join us here in this live session. Then you can also, if coach permits, you can speak with them one-on-one and then take it up from there. That's as regards opening your portfolio account, your stock brokerage account. So that is that.
Thank you very much, Oremos. You've done a great job. I don't think he has any more questions to ask.
At all, I understand everything. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I will do that. I will do that. Thank you. And please, if I'm to ask, I don't really know because I'm seeing some app that.
Oh, we lost him there. Don't worry, just keep your ears on the ground. Let me quickly respond to some of these questions pending over here. What does it take to join the club? Royal VC, nothing. All you need to do, the last caller, if you are listening, all you need to do, send me a DM on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, send me a DM, and we will take it up from there. Just send me a DM that you want to join Network Investors Club. Link to join Network Investors Club, I will forward to you. Let me send my Instagram handle at Wealth Coach Omiete. That's it. I've typed it there for everyone. Just screenshot, search me on Instagram, follow, and then send me a DM. Link to join the group. Link to open stock brokerage account as well. Last caller, if you are listening, or anyone who is intending to open their own brokerage account, and this is applicable anywhere you are across the world, Nigerians in diaspora, this is your time to make money for yourselves while working hard for money. It's time for money to start working for you. Just do that, follow on Instagram, send me a DM, and then I'll send you all the links you need. By the way, you can also go on my bio here. There's a link tree. Click on the link tree. You will see some of my social media handles. Go ahead and follow. Then for my YouTube channel, it's also there. Subscribe there. Every day, the live videos that we have here during the live stream is downloaded and uploaded on the YouTube channel. So just in case you miss any part because of work, or you are in Canada or US, where time difference will not allow you to catch up with us on time, then you can watch the replay of the videos and take proper notes. In case you miss out any part of it as well, you can go back and replay as often as you will. And when you do so, please don't forget to share also. Information on the YouTube channels can be useful even after 1 month from us. That's how resourceful those materials out there are. So let me quickly respond to some of your questions. Coach, talk about Dangote commercial paper as you promised, all right? Yes, I promised, and let's listen to this, everyone. Dangote Cement just opened a 100 billion naira commercial paper for subscription for anyone who is interested. And the details are they are seeking to raise these commercial papers to fund the company's working capital, like I explained earlier, and other short-term capital needs. The company prices 93-day commercial paper at 19.9334%, 184 days commercial paper 20.6%, while 268-day paper is priced at 20.764%. You know, Nigerians in diaspora, you can hear this. This is your opportunity to make money in greater percentage returns than you have in Europe and America, where interest rate is between 3 and 5%. In any case, just in case you want it for you can only spare for 93 days, then go ahead at 19.93%, but those rates are annualized. So they will now prorata it to match with the number of days you are subscribing for. The offer is officially opened and it will close on Friday. Just 2 days left. That's how quickly such commercial papers can be cleared off. 2 days left, commercial paper will close. So all you need to do is contact your stockbroker to get the application form, fund your account accordingly, and apply. That's about Dangote commercial paper. All right. Then I also hear about QTix. Still trying to get the document for that. I'll get back to you on that if I am able to do so before today's live session comes to an end. Someone notified me of QTix in the course of today's session. Coach, how much can I enter Aradel and Nako? Aradel and Nako. Let's see how much they are going for right now. Nako has been at about 79. So between 78 and 79 wouldn't be bad. I announced yesterday, news from the grapevine has it that some institutional investors are taking position in Nako. And that shows there's going to be some level of stability in that stock. Currently 79 naira per share, 583,000 shares traded, valued at 46 million naira at the moment. 2.6 million bids versus 1.4 million offers. About 55,000 of them 79 naira and above. So maybe you should just place your bid at 79 and go to bed. Hopefully they sell to you. Then for Aradel, let's see how much Aradel is. Currently Aradel is at 515 naira per share, 879,000 shares traded. That's a lot, almost 500 million naira worth of Aradel traded. And most of the bids are at 500 naira. We have 81,000 bids at 500 naira per share. So maybe you should just place your bid at 500. That's for Aradel. Can one buy Dangote commercial paper through Atlas? Definitely. Like I said earlier, all you need to do is send them a DM and they will furnish you with the application forms and all that. Right. Greetings, coach. How are you doing? Like your haircut so much. Oh, Omotami, thank you very much. Appreciate you. My haircut has been there for several years now. Unlike when I used to do punk in those days. It gives me so much freedom. I can think straight. Fresh air enters. I make some reasonable analysis and quick, of course, results. And then, of course, when I shower, it cools my brain. Okay, so great advantage there. If you are not on this haircut, you don't know what you are missing. All right, JA says, what percentage is Dangote's commercial papers? Okay, everyone listen up again one more time. They come in 3 series and tenors. 93-day commercial paper is at 19.93%. 184-day commercial paper, 20.6%. 268-day commercial paper, 20.76%. I hope that's clear now. So depending on the tenor you decide to invest in. Success Mindset says, I got Nako 78.10. That's a good price at this rate. So in case the comments are jumping, so in case your comment has not been treated, please do well to retype and resend so we can deal with them. Pace, or we have a lot of callers, we can't wait but take them on right now. So many callers standing by. Let's hear one before the other. For now, we have Pace. Trying to connect with Pace. While we are waiting to connect, Sunwa Joy says, good day, coach. Please, sir, what do you have to say about Prestige Assurance PLC? It's a good buy now, targeting like 300,000 units. Buy Prestige under 1 naira and you'll be fine. Just make sure you don't pay above 1 naira. Okay, we lost Pace. We go on to the next on the queue. So many callers. Okay, Kenny Autos has just dropped off also. Kaduan. Let's go ahead and hear from Kaduan. Hello, Kaduan, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello, Kaduan, are you there? Okay, that's how we lost Kaduan. And we have just one more. Some other person has dropped out. Kabie. Kabie, are you there? Hello.
Hello, coach.
Good afternoon.
Good morning. Good afternoon, sorry.
Okay, please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
My name is Kabir. I'm streaming from Kwara State, Ilorin.
Kabir from Kwara State. Thank you for joining. Please go ahead.
Coach, actually, I want to ask some questions and I want to make some comments also.
Go ahead.
So I just started this investment routine journey, and I think I was swiping through TikTok when I came through one of your posts about the stock market. So that was then I downloaded Bamboo. I bought some stock that you recommended. I started with about 200,000, and now my stock. Then I added some cash to it, and my stock are rating. I think the total is about almost 400,000 now.
Awesome.
And
100%
I introduced one of my friend as at I think like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I introduced my friend. That time you asked us to buy some stock. I think I now give him two. I told him about your page. He checked it out, and I told him to buy two stock, and he invested about 800 and something thousand that day. And the following day to the third day, his account was rating about I think 900 or something thousand.
Interesting.
That's
What's
funny, yeah. So yeah, so and if I had known earlier, because all I know is I used to just lock money. If I had known about this investment of a thing, then I would have started for a very long time. So I locked some of my money, and the maturity date I input on it was there, I think around June 29th to July 1st. So I want to know what kind of stock that I can invest in for a long time and short time period. I think let's just say about 1, 2, 3 years upward. So and these I'm talking about millions. I looked about I think 5 millions upward like that. So I want to know what kind of stock that I can invest in. I think about just 4 stock, 1 million on each stock, or any recommendation you can make.
It's all right. First of all, I want to congratulate you for your strides. I know you were just trying with little money, and you have seen a little bit of progress, and now you are convinced.
Yes.
You are also a very
Yes.
good friend who helped to inform your friend about a good thing that you realized. You see, your friend
Yes.
more money, having invested more than you have done for them.
Yes. Correct. Correct.
You are still not concerned. You don't feel bad about it. You are a very good man. I want to appreciate you and congratulate you for that. Now,
Yeah. Thanks. And there's this talk you talked about. I am Gold Corporation. If you could remember, I am Gold Corporation. You talk about that stock that time. I bought the stock at the rate of $50, and I think it's on $62 right now. Just little money. I put little money on it, and I'm profiting from it. So.
interesting. So I would advise that you stick to your decision to venture into stocks.
Yes.
But the idea is the stock market actually grows money faster. And then when you build it to the extent you now want to look at securing it, then you now start divesting little by little part of it to a much more
Yes.
secure investment, just to strike a balance. And you have also
Yeah.
a good mindset towards it. You are coming with a plan of investing for 2, 3 years, which is okay. But I can assure
Yes.
you will even extend to 5, 10 years as the things continue to do well. The good thing is you are all set and ready because your mentality is right. I always tell people the stock market is a get-rich-quick scheme, even though sometimes it surprises us with quick rewards. But the beautiful thing about the market is anybody who decides that they want to be long-term investors, you are surely going to make good money. As long as you know what you are doing, or you are following and listening to someone who has some reasonable experience in the market. So you are very much welcome, and I really appreciate that you have called in to share with us. The whole idea is knowledge, then invest in the stock market, make as much as you can, and then you will have the freedom to do whatever you want with your time.
So thank you, sir.
Just
thank you
keep
for
it
the advice.
when you are ready with your funds, because the market is very dynamic. I can mention a stock today, by the time it's ready, it may be too late. So that's why we are taking to do this.
Understand that.
And so you are investing on current trend, right? Thank you very much.
Yes, I understand, sir.
We wish you all the best.
Yeah, man. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it, sir.
You're welcome. Bye.
Yes, sir.
Success Mindset is on the queue. We will have you speak to us right now. Thank you very much. I saw you loading me with a lot of gifts there. So many roses, hundreds of roses. This is simply amazing. Hello, sir.
Oh.
Are we on Success Mindset?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Please, do you have up to 1,000 followers?
Yes, coach, I have, but I'm at work at the moment. I can't turn up my camera now.
It's all fine, not a problem at all. We understand. We are even glad that you are able to connect while at work. Excellent spirit there. So it's good to have you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Coach, my name is Chukwudi, but as my TikTok name is Success Mindset, as usual. So I'm calling from UK.
Thank you very much, Chukwudi from UK. Glad to have you here. Go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, I want to appreciate you for everything that you've been doing for us for free, which I know that it's not easy for you to be giving us that time, you know. Because as I always said, that there's a platform that I pay yearly fee for 450,000, but I think I get more from your free stuff than what I'm getting from somewhere else. So that's why every time you're in, I always make an effort to listen to you, Coach.
Wow. Tell us about your success.
Well, since I started following you, Coach, I tell you, especially what motivated me more was the Hajia story. From listening to her, I think I've changed the pattern of my investment, because now I invest in millions, not 200 units. I target millions now. So my target now is to round up my UBA to a million. So that's my next target. So, and that will be completed by end of March next year.
Awesome. So when did you join, and what difference are you seeing so far?
I joined January, yeah. By January, I joined January. So the difference is that I'm more confident, and by listening to you, I think I'm an expert now. If I can say to myself now, you know.
Fantastic.
So just down to what I've been learning from you, you know. So I'm so grateful, Coach.
Thank you very much. Now you have your strategy, you have set up your plan, you have your investment goal, 1 million UBA by March next year.
Exactly.
This is what we are all about.
Exactly.
You have a focus, you are driving towards it, and by the time you hit that focus, you'll be amazed what happens to you, because that automatically will generate about at least 5 million naira annual dividends or more from that particular bank.
Yep.
That's what you are setting yourself up for. And imagine what you will start doing with extra 5 million coming from just one of the stocks in your portfolio.
Yep.
Amazing. Amazing. I want you to keep the focus and continue to keep tuning in, because we haven't seen anything yet, actually. By God's grace, God willing, we will all be alive to share the fantastic progress that we are all going to be making.
That's true, Coach. Thank you so much, Coach. We're going to make the money. We're making it together.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach.
Maybe you want to, let's have a VOO Esquire. She is one of our admins, legal advisor for Network Investors Club. Maybe she will have a word of encouragement also for you. Just maybe. Hello,
Okay.
VOO. Are you there?
So good afternoon, everyone, and how are you doing today?
Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon.
It's amazing joining this session. As always, Coach, you're always doing a good job, being here every day, consistent as usual. So I just wanted to throw in one or two comments with regards to burning questions that we usually get with regards to documentation, especially when it has to do with transfer of shares or laying claims to shares with registrars. So just to touch base on that, of course, we know that shares are chose in action, meaning that they are also assets. So they're personal assets belonging to certain persons. So certain persons have rights to such assets, right? Can be sold, can be traded. So they give you certain rights when you own shares. But of course, in extenuating circumstances, when eventualities occur, those shares are left hanging. And then when you do not lay claims to those shares, they're just there in the books. You don't get value for them. Beneficiaries don't get value for such shares. And I think being on this live has revealed ways in which we can actually lay claims to those shares as beneficiaries. But one of the burning questions that we keep getting on the live is with regards to why these registrars demand that we meet certain requirements. So, for example, they tell us to bring the will to show that there is an evidence to show that that property, that share now in question, right, has been devolved to a particular beneficiary, or executors have been appointed in the will to administer those shares, so to say. Also, if the person does not die with a will, so when the person dies intestate, it simply means that there has to be a letter of administration to show as evidence that certain persons have been appointed as administrators uh, of the estate of that person, and that share is also listed as part of the estate or the assets that that person had while he or she was alive. So that is basically what I wanted to touch on. But then going deeper in that context, shares or properties generally, and then the rationale for them requiring you to provide that documentation basically is this, right? When a deceased passes on, or when someone passes on, the estate flows and goes to the chief judge of the state where that person lived. So what that simply means is that if you're a beneficiary of that person, or supposed beneficiary of that person who has an estate, then the responsibility is now on you to prove that you own that estate. And for you to prove that you own that estate, you either have to provide a will which transfers the rights to that particular asset, now shares in question in the will, or letters of administration that have been granted to you by the chief judge usually it's a probate division of the High Court of the state where that person lives, has now given you the right to administer the estate of the deceased person. So that is basically why the registrars will ask you for either a will or letters of administration, or they will ask for a trust deed. But I don't want us to go into that right now, but commonly they will ask for a will or letters of administration. So, of course, generally too, I see many people have misconception about processing of letters of administration. You can process your letters of administration yourself if you're capable of doing that. If you meet the requirements, you can do that yourself, or you can engage a legal practitioner to act as your legal representative in doing that on your behalf. So that's what happens within that context. So I just wanted to touch on that, and maybe if you have questions or you want to clarify one or two gray areas, you can also drop that in as we proceed on the live. So thank you, Coach, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Vio. We appreciate the legal insights you continue to feed us with. God bless you. At this point, we would like to let Success Mindset have its rest, and then we take on more people who have been standing on the queue of callers. Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate
Thank you, sir.
We are looking forward to your winning testimonials ahead.
Yeah.
Cheers and bye for now.
Thanks, sir.
All right. Yusuf, take one. Yusuf, take one is standing by. After Yusuf, we will be speaking to Say It Right. Okay? Hello, Yusuf.
I will talk to you. Let me, because I don't tell them say so that they are.
Hello, Yusuf.
That's why they send the signal to the various units where they're supposed to check.
Unfortunately, Yusuf is not reachable, so we go on to Say It Right. Say It Right. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you so much
Tell
for.
us your name. Where you're coming from.
Okay, my name is. This is my TikTok name is Sage Right. I'm Jimmy, and I started investing in Nigerian stocks, in like 2-3 months ago. Yeah. So I have a question. While growing up, my parents bought myself and my siblings some shares in Zenith, and then we were in secondary school also. So now we know we still have those shares, but we don't know how to access it. So what advice can you give to me?
All right. First things first, open a brokerage account. Second thing, after your account is verified and confirmed, email your stockbroker to do a dematerialization of your stocks, because it appears that they did public offer purchase for you. And then thirdly, you will also do a search for unclaimed dividends using your name on the Securities and Exchange Commission's portal, Unclaimed Dividend portal. All of this is possible if you can easily just follow me on Instagram, send me a DM requesting for one, account opening link to open your brokerage account. Two, unclaimed dividend portal search link to search using your name and that of your siblings if you have unclaimed dividends. And then once your account is verified, you are good to go requesting your broker to carry out the dematerialization exercise. Is that okay, sir?
Yes. So how are you with the same name on Instagram?
Yes, the same username that I have here on TikTok is the same on Instagram at Wealth Omiete.
All right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I will link up with you on Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to assure you, you are not the first to be in this situation. Most people have come this way as you have asked, and they've already received their stocks and, of course, unclaimed dividends as well. So we look forward to your own success as usual. Rebuild and rise. I know I have a lot of comments to go to, but just a moment. Coach, can we please call up partner components? I think there's a backlog of clear up. Hopefully, Maudi will get them on board. Created an account as a newbie. Which stock should I invest in? Precious. Precious, Maudi will respond to you. For now, let's hear Rebuild and rise. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, Coach.
Very good afternoon to you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from as usual.
Okay, my name is James and I'm streaming from the UK.
Thank you very much, James from UK. Glad to meet you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, my question borders on QTix. Yeah, I have QTix Charms tip. So, I bought QTix when it was 255, and from then it went up to 3. I've been stacking, but since it's crossed over to 3, I stopped. So I'm asking if I can, with the current price, still get more, or I should just hold on for now.
I have a question for you before I can answer. Are you buying or how patient is the point you are putting in there?
Very, 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 very patient. All my investments are long term.
In that case, I think you can buy more now that it is still near 3 naira per share. So between 310, 315 max, you can still accumulate. Currently at 315, you can still, just from time to time, when it hovers around 315 like it is doing now, put in bids. At 310, 315 as well. In fact, at 310, because there are just about 1.3 million shares at 310 upwards from what I'm seeing here. So 310 is a good place to put money in. If you already have some at much cheaper prices, do that you stay as patient as possible while buying more around 310. Once it goes away from 315, you can take your hands off.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, Coach. And I also want to use this medium to encourage a lot of people, because on the comment section I saw so many newbies, asking different questions, and even some that come and sound a bit skeptical about the whole thing. But one thing I want to encourage everyone is I joined not up to 3 months now, and I have seen massive improvement in the stocks I buy. That's one. And then secondly, massive improvement in the way I handle money. Massive improvement in the way I handle my money. Because the problem I have now is that we need, if there's a way you can, one can just tell these companies to hold on a bit, let me get some more money, one we do that. But time waits for no one. The stock market is growing, the companies are growing, and people are making money every single day, and it's a fact. A pointer to that was it on Sunday? I saw the post you had on your Instagram about the stock that went from $30 to $83. And when I saw that stock, I just screamed like, wow, these people can't just wait for someone. I mean, barely a day, so it's this kind of investment, when people see it, probably because the understanding, Aaron must talk about getting knowledge, and you always talk about that too. So people don't get the understanding of what you are doing. Growing up, you used to hear this person is a shareholder in this company, that man is a shareholder there. But you see, people don't really understand what it means that investing in the stock market also makes you a shareholder, also make you that same shareholder that you normally used to hear of when you were growing up. I get mails for invitation for AGMs from from all these talks. So it's a real business. It's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a get rich quick scheme. Just as you wake up in the morning and go to your shop, bring out your goods and sell, the same way this stock business is. So it's not something you just handle. I mean, I've had people that are more experienced than me in this that have come on this live and share their experience. I've learned a lot from their experiences. So it's not something you just handle like, it's just a, I don't know how else to really express. I don't really know how to express myself very well. Sorry about that because I'm an engineer. So we really do most of our things when it comes to, application. But when it comes to English, I'm not too very good. Sorry about that. But I believe you can understand what I'm trying to say. Coach is giving out premium informations. I know that if you a subscription or a fee has to be put on what we are getting here, what we are getting in the network investors platform, I'm not sure that a lot of people will be able to pay. That is just the fact. These are free informations that you pay money to get. Even the foreign stocks. A friend of mine in the Netherlands told me that, there's this guy that's very good in stock investment. I should come and join his sections. I asked how much was it that the guy charges. He said he charges about 3,500 euros. I'm like, 3,500 euros, but I get information here for free. For free. These are the same. Coach, let me just leave it at that. Because a lot of us don't understand what we are benefiting. We don't understand what we are gaining. And for those that are watching and looking, you don't understand what you are missing. Thank you very much, Coach.
Exactly. Thank you so very much. Really appreciate your kind feedback. Always inspiring. Surely we all make it.
Thank you, sir.
All right. There are so many comments that I need to try to pay attention to. Someone is asking on Instagram right now, mutual fund versus SFS REIT versus NIDF, coach. Sometimes I get very, very brilliant questions I do not want to let go. And the more we dwell on things like this, the more we get even more equipped. Now listen to this. Mutual fund depends on how many percent the returns is, and I would like you to know that mutual funds are not constant in terms of the returns you get. It fluctuates because the various investments that they use the funds for also fluctuate in terms of the returns. Okay, so you will need to confirm how many percent returns the house issuing the mutual funds or offering the mutual funds are giving. Number two, I've just checked SFS REIT. The dividend yield for SFS REIT as we speak right now currently is about 9.49%. Because this is coming from Dr. Tu. This question is from Dr. Tu, and it looks like he's looking for a more stable and regular cash flow investment. And he has placed two stocks. One is a REIT, SFS REIT in the NGX. The other is NIDF, Nigerian Infrastructure Debt Fund, a stock also listed in the NGX. And the third option he's asking about is mutual fund. I've just said mutual funds, we need to confirm what rate. And mutual funds do not have fixed or standard rates. They vary depending on each house offering them. Now, if you know how many percent they are offering, I can also tell you it fluctuates. It's not fixed. There are times when it will so drop because whatever they are investing in didn't bring in as much money as it used to. Now, for SFS REIT, based on the last dividend paid which was 21 naira 50 kobo per share, the dividend yield is 9.49%. But guess what? For NIDF, based on the 20 naira 29 kobo annual dividend put together, the dividend yield is 18.16%. So of these three, mutual fund, SFS rate, or NIDF, I would say go for NIDF. Strictly and purely based on your dividend yield that you get from it. And I do not think any mutual fund is offering a consistent 18+% as we speak. They might offer it over a 1 year period, but I do not see that consistency over several years. Nobody promises that, and that's why NIDF is my choice amongst those three. Sorry, coach, I was busy. I didn't buy enough, but I bought about 12,000 units at 60 naira, though I added few a while ago. Now you understand. So for those who are just joining or listening to this conversation, we are discussing about his purchase of VFD. He said he bought VFD at 16 naira per share, and now he's seeing it at 16 naira. And I was explaining that a bonus was issued, and that's why the stock is now at 16, because he was given 5 for 1 bonus. Let's go onto the screen to see what becomes of what he bought. He bought at 60. Go onto the calculator, expand it so everybody can see. And here we are. If you are listening to me, just pay close attention. Let me respond to this and then we'll go on to. So, Edo Abraham, this is what happened. You bought 12,000 NIDF. Let's begin with what you started. 12,000 NIDF with 60 naira per share, right? At 60 naira per share, you spend 720,000. That's the capital you put in at first. Now, going by the bonus shares issued, 12,000 shares that you bought, they gave 1 share for 5 for 1 bonus. So for every 1 in your 12,000, they give you 5, meaning the total bonus you will get is your 12,000 times 5. Expect 60,000 extra shares coming to you. If you understand this, add this to your current original 12,000 shares you bought. So your total number of VFD shares you should be having now is 72,000. Multiply 72,000 by the current price of VFD in the market. I'm going straight to the floor to check how much it is selling for now. 17 naira 10 kobo. Multiplied by 17.10. What do you get? 1.2 million. Please hear me. You spent about 720,000. Currently, the value of your investment is 1.2 million on the first 12,000 shares you bought. So even though you bought at 60 naira and it's now showing 17 naira 10 kobo, you have extra 60,000 shares that came to you by bonus. And it's because of the bonus they marked the price down. The price actually rose to 93 naira per share from the 60 naira you bought it. But because they were issuing that bonus, they needed to now mark down. There's something called markdown in the stock market because it's not a money doubling scheme. So they mark down bonus, they also mark down dividends. By the way, you are also qualified for a dividend of 2 naira 50 kobo that was paid alongside when the bonus was declared. So please confirm whether or not you have received your 2 naira 50 kobo dividend. And that's on the 60,000 shares you have. So if you must have received 150,000, 15,000 less, because on this 150,000, which is the total bonus, gross dividend due you, you are going to take out 10% of it, which is 15,000 naira. So a net dividend of 135,000 naira must have been paid to you as well. I hope this clarifies you now, and allotment has not been done for the bonus share, so you are not going to see it at the moment. But when they start allotting, most of us who have VFD, will be receiving it and will let you know as well as we keep coming together here. I hope that clears you right now. We have a lot of callers still standing by. Okay, so let's do a quick one and respond to them all. Richie's Hair Empire is standing by patiently. Thank you very much for your patience. Afterwards, Nafisa will also be coming on board. Hello, Richie's, are you there? Hello?
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon to
Hello?
you. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Very good afternoon to you. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from. From Benin.
You see what I said about
Can you hear
Benin
me?
people?
You see what I said about Benin people? Very good.
All out looking to invest.
All out looking to invest. Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So I don't know. I've been
Looks like
I don't say hello, can you hear me, sir?
loud and clear.
This network bad.
Looks like she's having network issues at her end. There's a delayed transmission of communication at the moment. We're running out of time, and it's important that we take up all the calls. Please, Richies. So we go on to receive a call from, okay, we had Makeup Presidential before Nafisa's call. Okay, let's follow the queue. Makeup Presidential. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. It's good to have you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Okay, my name is Precious and my business name is Makeup Residential. It's nice to be here. This is my first time.
Oh, thank you very much, Precious. We are glad to have you here. Please go ahead. Where are you streaming
I have
from?
a couple of. I'm streaming from Port Harcourt, Nigeria.
Excellent. Go ahead.
I have a couple of questions. Let me go first by saying I've always wanted to invest in stocks, but don't know my way around it. So I just chose to relax until I'm sure or I've learned more about it. And so in the absence of that, I decided to save in pounds and in dollars. I don't know if that decision was a wise financial decision taken by me. So I have a pounds and a dollar account, and I just keep money in hard currency, so it continually just grows. And then my second question is, I lost my dad, and then I'm aware he has stocks as well, but cannot have access to it. The period where we were trying to have access or to find out even his accounts from the banks that he had, it proved very, very difficult. And, because of that, my mom just left everything. So I know for a fact, because I used to actually go with my dad to the banks and all that he has accounts, he has stocks and all that, but we don't have an idea what it's like. And the banks are not even trying to help at all. So
all right,
those are my questions. Yeah.
That's okay. First of all, we're glad to have you here, and we want to assure you that some kind of help is available. First things first, good thing we have also our legal advisor who is going to speak to you regarding your dad's estate. Second, I will begin by explaining whether or not your decision was right. That was your first question. Third, Maobi, another member of the ESCO, will briefly make it very fast, talk to you about how you can get started with us. So, first things first, What's your dad's full name? I want to do a search on the SEC Unclaimed dividend portal. What's his full
Okay.
name?
Mr. Christopher Okafor. Christopher Okafor.
Okay. I will ask you a few questions. Don't tell me his middle name. I want to mention Amy here that I'm seeing already. Lots of Christophers,
Okay.
but there are middle names. Does he bear Chukuma as middle name?
No.
Does he bear Achebe as middle name?
No.
Okudili as middle name?
No.
Emeka as middle name?
No.
Oge as middle name?
No.
Odiaka as middle name?
No.
Onoha as middle name?
No.
Madwabuchi as middle name?
No.
Michael as middle name?
Yes.
Right. You know, when you have just two names, it becomes difficult because a lot of people will be answering both names. And Okafor is a very popular Igbo name. And of
Yes.
course, Christopher is a popular English name. So we've seen Michael Christopher Okafor Asogwa. That's the one that bears Michael.
No. Asugwa is not our name.
Okay, Asogwa is not his name. Still
No.
searching for Michael. Just trying to do a sweeping search for a start.
Okay. How about Nwafo? Christopher Nwafo Okafor.
I'm checking. I've not seen Nwafo at all. So what happens is the names are a lot here. There are about
Okay.
17 pages that I can't really check through because of time. So what will happen
Okay.
is we will do this after the live sessions. Send me a
Okay,
DM
sir.
on Instagram.
Okay.
I will forward the link to you. You take your time and go through each one of them. 17 pages is a lot. That's because of how
Okay.
popular both names are. You fish out that which is his, and then you will start to do a few things that I will advise you to do. But most of his estate, including his bank, cash in the bank and whatever, I will now hand you over to VOO. She's a legal advisor in Net Worth Investors Club. Hello, VOO. Can you briefly advise our sister so we can quickly maximize time here?
Okay. Good afternoon, Makeup. I didn't get the full name. So,
Makeup President.
I want to ask a couple of questions.
Okay.
Makeup Presidential. Okay, that's a cool name. So, I want to ask a couple of questions. Now, did your dad die testate or interstate? So, what that means is that did he have a will upon
No.
his death?
No.
Maybe we should start from there. Okay. All right.
Not that
So
I
what that
know of,
simply
no.
means, I won't ask a couple of questions, but I'll just, okay, fantastic. So I will just draw a scenario. So you pick what is relevant
Okay.
to you for purpose of privacy. I don't want to start to ask here deeper
Okay.
questions. So one thing you should realize is that when one owns shares, right, it's an asset, and that person has a legal interest in that asset. So what that means is that no one else can lay claims to it unless you have a justification to lay claims to those assets. Now, when you're looking at probate in Nigeria, so that probate revolves around laws revolving around how the estate of a deceased is treated after he or she has passed on. So when you're considering the legal structure around probate, the first question you ask yourself, if a person didn't die with a will, so if he or she didn't die tested, is what can I do to vest this property legally on me? Am I in a position for this property to be vested legally on me? So that process you're going to pass through would be a letters of administration. All right, so you would have to, together with, as a matter of fact, there's a priority for you to do that. So let me just go through the priority under the uh, administration of estate laws in Lagos State. I'm presuming that maybe your dad
Port
lived
Harcourt.
here in Lagos. So if he did, right, this would apply to you. And this is also replicated in other laws in other states in Nigeria. So the priority list is this. Number one, these are the persons who can apply for letters of administration. Number one is the surviving spouse. Number two are the children.
Okay.
All right.
Have we lost VOO there?
Seems that way.
Okay, to save time, I would have Maobi quickly talk to you about getting started. You are in the right place. I've told you your decision to keep your money in prime selling and investing is a good one. Because nobody is advised in this community to invest in what they are not sure of yet. And now that you are in a point where you can learn more, knowledge is what we preach, and then practical is key. So long as you have the intent to learn, you are in the right place. So you didn't make a wrong decision by keeping your money in USD. That's the best you can do to keep it safe from inflation and devaluation. Now, to fast-track its growth is what we try to do using the stock market. Maobi, are you there? Please speak to her.
Yeah, hello, Coach. Good afternoon to you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, good afternoon to you also. So I would like to start on the exact thing Coach said right now. When it comes to investment, learning is the key 100%. And that would be the first step I will advise you to take, in your investment journey. And how do you go about this? Now, when we talk about learning, many people or many new investors, they seem to be overwhelmed by thinking, okay, I need to start learning about this. I need to start reading about this. I need to do this and that. That is not the case. All you need to do here is to, pay attention to all those relevant informations out there. And when I say out there, I also mean like a forum, like we have here right now. We have these sessions every working day of the week, with the exception of weekends and, of course, public holidays. So learning how the market works, you can come here on every working day, join this live session, and you can also join or subscribe to Coach's YouTube channel. The name of the channel is at Wealth Coach Omiete. There you will find lots and lots of beginner videos. Now, these beginner videos will help you understand how the market works. And we also help you, know the things to do, know the things to look out for, know how to buy, know how to sell, know the indicators that when you see, that means that this company is profitable, or the indicators that when you see, that means that this company is in a little bit of a trouble, because at the end of the day, we are all in this to make money. Nobody really wants to invest in a company that is going under. So learning is the key, and avoiding, making assumptions and investing just because other people are also investing. That's one of the things you have to avoid. So after you learn, then you need to decide on, how to open your brokerage account. I can define a brokerage account to you, and I can use the context of your normal bank account to make you understand it easily. The brokerage account is basically that platform through which you can buy, through which you can sell, and also through which you can hold your already purchased stocks. So let's say you decide to become an investor on the Nigerian Stock Exchange now. You cannot basically just walk into a company and decide to buy their shares. It doesn't work that way. You have to buy through a stock broker. And when it comes to a broker, we recommend that you go for a broker that is live, real time. This is very important. Now, if you pay attention to lots of other investors in the chat, you will see a lot of people complaining about, buying at higher prices when actually the prices are lower in the market. Now, this is one of the things you want to avoid. You need to have a proactive broker that will give you real-time live transmission of data. You also need to have a proactive broker that will also give you very good customer service, and also a broker that will make sure that, your journey is very smooth in the market. And for this, we recommend Atlas portfolios. Now, it's important for us to say that we are recommending this based on the fact that this is what most of the investors in Network Investors Club use on a day-to-day basis. This is what I personally use currently, and this is what that we feel that will bring lots and lots of value to all investors. But always feel free to invest with any licensed broker of your choice that will give you all the requisite services that you need to be successful in the market. Now, after you get your broker, now comes the real deal. You need to decide on which stock are you going to invest in. When it comes to choosing a stock you invest in, you need to be unsentimental. You need to be very realistic. You need to close your ears to the noise out there. And I will explain to you what I mean by all this. Now, by being unsentimental, let's say that I'm working for UBA. That doesn't mean I should buy UBA stocks, because maybe UBA is doing well and maybe UBA is also not doing well, right? That is being, unsentimental. By closing your ears to the noise in the market, let's say that I go ahead and I check all the fundamentals of UBA and I decide to go ahead and invest in it. And somehow something changes in the market. Maybe there is a downward trend and the prices are going down a little bit. But I am very, very sure that from the very beginning, my aim of investing in UBA was because, the company is sound fundamentally. Let's face it, every business out there has profit and loss. So closing your ears to the noise in the market means that you need to be hard when it comes to investment. You need to be very sure that, even if everybody is selling off, I don't need to sell off just because everybody is doing the same thing. Okay, so these are the disciplines that you need to be really, really successful in this market. The last thing I'm going to advise to you is to join a support group like Network Investors Club. Now, this is a very free club. I repeat again, Network Investors Club is a 100% free club. Apart from having personalized services like one-on-one coaching with Coach Omiete, every other thing you get on this club is 100% free. So what do you get from Network Investors Club? You get real-time support. Like, we come here 2 hours every day. That might not really be enough, But if you're a member of this club, you can be sure that you will get, ongoing support as the day goes on. So I think I'm going to stop here. That's basically the breakdown of how you can get started and how you can remain profitable in the market. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Maobi, for your effort to try to make it concise. I really appreciate. We lost VOO
Very
Esquire,
detailed.
and it's very critical. It's good that we have her back. She's back on now. VOO, please could you wrap up very fast? We have a whole lot of callers still standing by, but we need to support our sister here.
Okay, so my sincere apologies for that. The network bungled me out, but I'm back now. I'm not quite sure where that happened, but let me just take the priority list again from the top. Bear in mind that it's a process, so you have to meet these requirements. Now, this is the priority list of persons who can apply for letters of administration in Lagos State. So I'm speaking from the point of view of the administration of estates law in Lagos State. So you have the surviving spouse, whether they were married under statute and then they're married under customary law. You also have the children of the children of the deceased, then grandchildren of the deceased. Then you have parents of the deceased. You have siblings or children of the deceased, right? So you have siblings or the children of the siblings of the deceased. And then you have half siblings or their children. So half siblings or the children of half siblings of the deceased, and then you now have grandparents, you have uncles and aunties, you have creditors, and you have the administrator general of the state. And now you should bear in mind that when someone passes, the property naturally flows and goes to the chief judge of the state. So it is the state where the person owned properties or assets that you're going to be applying. You'll be applying to the probate division of the High Court of that state because the property officially is with the chief judge of the state. So what you basically want the chief judge to do is to grant you a probate by issuing you a letters of administration for you to administer the estate. And shares is also one of the assets that can be accountable, right, to a deceased person. Now, also bear in mind that the age of majority is 18 years by virtue of the Constitution, but by virtue of the application of letters of administration or ownership of land, the age of minority is 21 years. So what that simply means is that anyone who wants to apply for letters of administration must have reached the age of 21 years. So for example, in this instance, you have a wife or you have a husband who is the surviving spouse of the deceased as one of the applicants for letters of administration. Then the second person will probably be the child. So that child has to be up to 21 years for that child to be able to qualify to apply as a co-administrator. And then in Lagos State, you have a minimum of 2 administrators who can apply for letters of administration, or you have a maximum of 4 persons who can apply for letters of administration. Now, when you apply and you meet all these requirements, the estate will be lodged in the register, and then if the forms will be given to you. One of the documents in that form that will be given to you is called a bank certificate. It is that bank certificate that you're going to take to every place where you feel, every place where you think, you perceive, all right? So that means you can take it to every and any place where you think that the deceased person has properties, had estates, right? So this would include registrars, this would include stockbrokers, because you buy bonds through stockbrokers. Registrars hold the register of members or shareholders for different companies. This would also include banks. Any place where you perceive that a deceased had assets. Now, bear in mind, no place where you tender that bank certificate can turn you down. They must, as a matter of fact, because that document is from the state, it's a public document. You're getting it from the probate registry, so they cannot turn you down when you request for information. Another place where you can go to are insurance companies. There's a possibility that that person had a subsisting life insurance. Another place you can go to is the pension fund administrators. It's possible that that person, while he was in service, had a pension, a subsisting pension being paid on his behalf. All right. So you have the National Housing Fund as well. So those are the places where the deceased person might have assets and they cannot turn you down. When you have finished going through the rounds, okay, you take the form back to the registry and then the application process will continue. Then it gets to this next stage where you have to pay the probate fee, right? Probate fee, depending on the state, might be 5%, 10%, 12% of the cumulative value of what you have brought to say this is the asset or this is the value of the asset of the deceased person. Once you pay, it's going to go to the probate judge and then a probate will be granted to you. A letter of administration would also be issued to you as evidence that you have undergone that process. Second question you might ask, what if the deceased person had assets in other states outside Lagos? So it would still be the same process you might pass through. It might not be as cumbersome as this, okay? But then it's called resealing. So you go to the probate court, probate division of the High Court of those states. The same process happens, and then you reseal the first letter of administration that has been granted to you, so that the list or the schedule of assets of that person will be added as part of the letter of administration that has been given to you. That letter of administration gives the administrators the right to deal with the estate of a deceased person. Hope this has provided some insights for you.
More than enough.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Very,
Thank
very
you so much.
elaborate. So even confusing. I have to reach out to you personally.
Okay.
Not a problem. I think you can reconnect outside the live session to carry on from there. I know she's also on Instagram. She's also in our Network Investors Club.
Yes, sir.
We'll give you the link to connect with her as well. Just do well to do what I said about the other things that you need to do regarding the Unclaimed dividend portal. Okay?
Yes,
and then
sir.
we'll take it from there.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hopefully, we'll be here to hear how you have started making progress recovering your dad's stocks and dividends.
Yes,
Okay?
hopefully. Thank you, sir.
The best regards of the house to yourself, your mother, and the rest of your family. We are solidly
Thank you,
behind
sir.
you, and we will do the best we can to help you to recover that which belongs to you.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
All right, thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. It's 9 minutes before 2 p.m., but you know what? We're going to continue this live session because of how long it took for us to attend to our sister who is trying to claim her dad's unclaimed dividends and all that. And of course, his shares. Because of the time spent doing that, we are not going to be closing at 2 p.m. because there are so many callers still standing by, so many comments unattended to. And so today's session will be closing at 2:15 p.m., leaving me with only 5 minutes to go and see what I can do in the market before the market closes at 2:20. So let's go, and we're going to make it very fast. On to the comments at the moment. Hi, Coach. Dividend paying stock recommendation for 4 million capital from Louisa Oge. The best, if you are looking for dividend right now, I can tell you, just go for either UBA or NIDF. In fact, go for NIDF. They give you the best in terms of dividend income at the moment as far as dividend yield is concerned. Throw in all that 4 million into NIDF, gradually buying at 113. Patiently spread it, buy as you can, and that will be it. Okay? If you are glad that we are adding 15 more minutes, that's a lot of pain on my back, by the way. 15 more minutes to today's live session. Just indicate by saying glad, 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 glad. Indicate glad, glad, glad. We are here actually to help, right? So we should try to be a bit patient when we find somebody who really needs help. Please, coach, can you explain what this Dangote, if it's something I've explained before, I may not be able to go back to it so that we can attend to fresh. Dangote commercial paper is all about. That has been explained. What you can do after this live session is over, on or before 6 p.m. Nigerian time, it will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. We can go back. So even our sister in Port Harcourt, whatever you didn't understand or you missed out from our legal advisors counsel, you can go back to the video on the live session on my YouTube channel and replay the part that you missed out. You will get every bit of it, and that's the great value that we provide here. So on to all of the other questions. God bless you, coach, for this program. See how we are getting expensive legal advice for free. Oh, many thanks to VOO. Of course, they say birds of the same feather flock together. So we will be here to continue to do the little we can to help people out there. All right, back to the callers. I'll keep going back and forth until we round off. Now on to Nafisa. Quickly, we've not seen you in a while. Hello, tell us your name and where you're streaming from. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, coach.
Good to have you here. Tell us your name and where you're streaming from, Ma.
My name is Nafisa. I'm streaming from Nigeria, Lagos to be precise.
We are glad to have you, Hajia. Thank you for joining.
It's my pleasure, sir. In fact, I'm so glad that the house I'm so glad that the house is becoming complete. Having you, having Maobi, and the legal advisor, honestly, we are becoming complete, like for real. And that is a very wonderful one. We deserve a kind of celebration, like a day for celebration, because we are growing. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah. The question I have, I don't know, the questions sound funny and sound as if I have the answer, but I just want to confirm. I just want to hear like an advice from you. Someone brought the property, a land, to me. In fact, I went to inspect it this morning, and he said the land is 16 million. I actually was bidding the land down because I want to make my decision first. Is either to buy the land or put my money in stock. But I said, okay, because the land is actually in a very good place and fast developing too. So I bid it down to 30 million. I know it's worth more than that, but I just wanted to take time and make my decision. I don't want to rush. So now I was going through some stocks. I check some stocks. I check Honeywell. If you bought Honeywell by December, it was 4 naira plus. That was Honeywell by December. And checking at the price now, it even went to 22 naira 90 something kobo, though it has come down to 21. I think it is trying to create a support around that 20 naira and 21 or thereabout. I don't know. But imagine you bought a stock by December and it was 4 naira. Today, it is 21 naira as at the price. I checked tip. By December, I'm on my chart like this. By December 2nd, if you had bought tip was 2 naira 8 kobo. And the current price is 6 naira 75 kobo. In fact, it even went to 7 naira 30 kobo on the 19th of May. So I was looking at the space. If I put this money that I want to use to buy property in one of these, I check about 5 stocks or more than that. and I was getting like the percentage is given within a short that is less than a year, is really massive. And I was just thinking, that's why I was confused. I said, let me come and seek advice from you, because if I put that money in a stock, if I should buy a stock like Honeywell, TIP, QTIC, UBA, at that time within a space of 1 year or 6 months, I know how it will be, but I don't know. I just needed an advice. I want you to advise me. What do you think? Should I put that 16 million in that property, or I should still continue with my stocks? It's like I have the answer, but I'm still confused. I just need an advice from you.
All right. It's a very good dilemma to find yourself in, actually. And that's the kind of problems we like. In this community, these are the kind of problems we want to entertain. The problem of should I not invest? It's all about investment. It's all about creating wealth. And just maybe, there's no dispute at all that you will make more money investing in the stocks. You have done it over and over again. A lot of people know you here already about for that. In fact, Baba Gift says anytime Alhaja wants to speak, they carry book and pen. That's the comment I read while you started talking. and the fact is, it is still good to diversify. And I prefer to make money from stocks to buy real estate than to buy real estate and try to buy stocks from real estate, because that makes your journey very sluggish. It's not like you don't have
enough. I thought as much.
Now, you have done your own homework, you have assessed and seen that you are even going to be getting it at a fantastic price. An asset is an asset. As long as it doesn't put you under any kind of pressure, and this is why we are actually investing in stocks, so we can be able to do many more other things we naturally couldn't have just done. So I can assure you, it is not a bad thing to invest in property. That's because I know that you still have some more stocks that is going to continue to give you money, and some more prospects in stocks that will be coming. So take full advantage of that property which you think is well located and very well priced based on how you have negotiated. Take that one in. It doesn't cost too much, while you still do more with what you have left in the market. That's my honest advice. There will come a time when just the same way you stay patient with some stocks when they don't move so much. That's how you will now behave with a particular property. Just do all your homework, make sure it's legitimate, everything, you are secure, take that property. That's my honest opinion. Tomorrow, we could be talking about
all right.
There's this $50 million private jet. Should I buy it or should I not? We will get to that point. There is this so and so property, luxury property in Dubai. Should I buy or should I invest in stocks first? Very soon, that's the level of discussion we will get.
By God's grace, yes. So that's just the prayer.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
So I'm so grateful that a lot of people are motivated because of me. I can see their comment. I pray that all of us are going to make this money together. Yes, amen. I can see many comments and people are motivated, and I'm happy. You are motivated me too as our coach. Honestly, I can't regret the day I met you. I don't know, that day that I came online and I met you, the first day, I don't know, my God, I slept on my right hand that day. So I can, in fact, I'm so happy that I met you. The way other people are motivated about me, I'm also motivated about you. So may God help us all, that all of us are going to make this money and in an easy way, but not in get rich quick.
Not at all.
Thank you so
Thank you
much. I
very much.
appreciate it. Have a great day.
Just keep going, keep flying, and everybody's watching, and we're all learning. Everybody will continue to make progress. Together, we'll make it. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Amen.
All right. We had Richie's Hair Empire who was standing by. Let's see. Some people will be surprised. It's past 2 p.m. We've still not closed. No, today there's an extension never ever done before. 15 more minutes after 2 p.m. is added to today's live session. By the way, thank you very much, Ray Banks. I see your gifts there. I really appreciate it. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Thank you for your patience. You were thrown out the last time. We are happy to have you back. Go ahead from Benin. Your
From Benin.
network is now much better.
Okay, thank you. So I opened an account with Atlas. I think maybe 27th of March. May. Till now, they have not given my login details.
Okay. Have you checked your spam mailbox?
No, but I thought maybe on Monday they actually messaged me with my WhatsApp number and said I should add because I added money points to the bank details before, but they called me, asked me to add a commercial account number, which is now I added my UBA.
Okay. Have you replied the WhatsApp message?
Yes, I've replied it.
Okay, do a reminder reply again. Unfortunately, today they are not with us in this live session. Hopefully tomorrow they will be here. But before tomorrow, try to do another WhatsApp message. Possibly also send an email.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Obviously, they are working under strict regulations because that's why we're telling people invest in a regulated sector. There's a reason why. You can't use a microfinance bank account to do stocks transaction. That's why they were asking for your commercial bank detail. So I hope you understand now. I think that's the reason why you experienced that delay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Hopefully you'll be sorted. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, Sheyi Adeosun, over to you. You are next. While we are connecting, let me see some of these comments. Tomorrow is public holiday, coach. Oh, really? Tomorrow? Wow. Okay. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon to you. It's good to have you. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Yo, my name is Sheyi. I'm streaming from Qatar.
Sheyi from Qatar. It's good to hear from you. Thank you for joining.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I really commend you for this great job you are doing here. Actually, I came across your page late last year.
Wow.
Late last year. And it's been a while I joined you live like this. I really want to commend you for educating people on how to make cool money in a legitimate way. And personally, I just want to share my own experience too.
Okay.
Like I did share it with you recently when I joined this live. I invested in stock. I think early last year, Mr. Femi Otedola bought some shares from Dangote. So around January. So when he bought, and I saw how the shares quickly rose up. So I followed the suit. I bought WAPCO in March last year, April last year at 33 naira, and by December the shares has gone up to like 70 something, 70 plus.
5 now.
Yeah. So I really want to contribute and advise the madam that just dropped that I was talking about landed property, whether she should use her money to buy landed property or stock. To me, since I've started investing in stock last year up till now, I bought GT. I bought though Nemet has not been doing well, but I bought livestock too. But with the ones I bought, like WAPCO, GT, and livestock, in fact, I really enjoy my investment with those stocks. And I would really advise everybody to be coming to this live and get more education on how to invest on shares more. So I really want to commend you and thank you so much for your time and for sharing your wealth of experience in this area of life to make to awake people, because you are awakening people on how to know how to invest legitimately. And I pray that God will continue to strengthen you. You too, you will become great, that we will one day say, oh, wet coach is one of the person I passed through that which will learn more from you. Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. Good
Thank
afternoon.
you very much, Sheyi. I really appreciate your contributions, and I'm very glad that you're making real progress with your investments. All the best over in Qatar, and hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you, sir. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Bye now. Yeah, thank you.
All right, some people have been asking a bit of questions left, right, and center. How can I join Network Investors Club? How can I open my stock brokerage account? Well, follow me on Instagram at Wealth Coach Omiete. I'm typing it again. That's it right there. Screen grab that user handle I have just typed. Follow me on Instagram, having searched for me there. Send me a direct message. I'll send you the link to join Network Investors Club. Please note that you will have to download Discord app to be able to do that. Without downloading and opening your own Discord account, you are not going to be able to join us with that link I'm going to send. The link changes from time to time. It is for this cyber security and safety of members. That's why it continues to change. So if you see the link anywhere else, it must have expired. I need to send you a fresh one, and we cannot suspend the live session to do so. It is deliberate to continue to keep guard the group from invaders and hackers and all of that. Okay, there are about 2,200 members of Network Investors Club right now. They are scattered across the world, Nigerians abroad, Nigerians in Nigeria, and some foreigners. Don't forget, we also discuss foreign stocks, and 2 hours is not enough. As you can see today, we have exceeded 2 hours already. 4 minutes before we close today's session to make it 2:15 this time. And it's really interesting that we are making this progress. Every other question and inquiry you need, just send me a DM on Instagram. If you send on TikTok, it may take too long for me to be able to respond, because I have to deal with a whole lot of other things outside this particular noble assignment we are all doing together. So we go on again to those who are standing by. And who do we have? Ola is standing by. We still have about 4 other callers. My God, this is just too much. Not 4, 2, 4, 6.
Good afternoon, Coach.
10. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and where you're streaming from.
Okay, my name is Ola, streaming from United Kingdom. Hello to everyone in the house. Good afternoon, Coach.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me. Okay, so let me just go straight to it. I want to ask a question like every other person does, which is, in my portfolio, I already have UBA and UBA stocks, right? So when I joined you about 2 months ago, I noticed MTN and was selling for, I think, $245. When I checked this morning, I saw it at $322. I don't have MTN, by the way. Then I think you also spoke about CWG, right? For me, it's a penny stock. So I already have UBA, but I don't have MTN. Neither do I have CWG. So my question goes thus. If I want to add to my portfolio, which would you advise that I buy first? MTN or CWG, knowing fully well that MTN is not paying dividend, but is really growing. CWG by the other side is paying dividend. So what would you advise?
Okay,
That's my first question.
on a normal scale, we can't compare both at all because MTN is a much stronger growth stock with very fantastic prospects. The only reason why I would say hold on for MTN is because it's been rising so much.
Drastically.
And pullback is imminent. You don't want to jump in now that it's been rising only to realize we hopped in just when it was about to pull back and the pullback begins. And it's just for that only reason I would say CWG is in a good position to get for now.
So between CWG and adding more to my UBA, I don't have CWG at all, but then I have UBA. So which one do you think between the two of them?
If you are currently unsatisfied with the quantity of UBA that you have,
which I am,
I think you should go ahead and add UBA.
Okay.
UBA, currently now 35, down from 6 it closed yesterday, will always offer you this opportunity to buy. So go ahead, get more UBA. By the way, you can always come back to CWG to buy also.
Okay.
CWG is very inconsistent with its movement. You could even be fortunate to buy it sometimes less than 9 naira at the moment.
Oh, okay.
But whatever you buy CWG at current price and below is something good for the long term. For MTN, all I will advise is hold on and let's watch where the next pullback happens and where it bottoms before it bounces. Then you go in because it's a good stock to own for the long term. By the way, they only missed dividend in 2024. So they are actually known for consistent dividend payments also. And they pay twice per year.
Okay. So my next question is, you talked about VFD. When it was 86 naira something, I actually bought some. Then eventually it was dropped to, I think, 22 or 17 or something. And then I started accumulating. I think I qualified for that 2 naira 50 kobo. I was paid for that dividend. But my question is, have they, I don't know what the English word is, have they allotted, thank you. Have they allotted for that initial 86 blah, blah, blah that we bought? Because my number hasn't changed from.
How much did you buy at 80 or something like that?
Okay, at that 80, I bought 5,000. But since it dropped down, I bought 95,000 after that. So I'm at 100 right now, and I've not surpassed that 100.
All right, allotment hasn't been done. You have 25,000 that will be allotted to you based on the 5,000 you bought that time.
Oh, okay.
So when allotment is done, we will also announce as we keep appearing on a daily basis.
Okay. Then the third thing I want to talk about is for anybody that wants to buy NIDF. For me, sometimes I always, what's it called? I always price below the market. So I think last week I priced 112. I've done 117.5. I've done 112. I actually stopped at 112 and they didn't sell. So I was able to buy at 113. So I just want to advise people in the house, if you want to buy, I'll suggest you buy at 113 because I know some people are buying live at 117, 118. So for my fellow investors in the house, if you want to buy NIDF, you should try 113. They will sell to you. Then the fourth thing I want to say is thank you for your patience. You've also taught me patience. You've taught me a lot of patience. Since joining you, my children, I think we play more now because those I used to let me just use SP. I used to SP them a lot, like SPANK. You get, but I just realized that I'm sorry to say, but if adults keep calling and asking same questions every day, I feel like we should be more patient with our children. You know, because sometimes you just feel like I've taught them this thing. Why are you asking again and again and again? But then you see people come in as adults, so you just realize if it means they don't understand what you're saying. So you just have to, learn that patience and know how to treat people much better and stuff like that. So you've really done a lot for my household. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's live session. At this point, I want to appreciate everybody, all the callers, including my in-house support co-host, Maobi, VOO, Oremus. Thank you, Ola. We appreciate your very kind feedback. And hopefully we continue to do better for everyone to also benefit. Thank you so much. And would you please say your goodbyes, VOO first, then Maobi follows. But I have a question to respond to almost immediately, and that is from Lily One's Interiors, who has been trying to bid for Fidelity. I think you should go in for Fidelity at this price right now, 1965. Just buy some at 1965, because the next thing we will see is 20. Buy some at 1965, maybe 50% at 1965 right now before the market closes, 1 minute before market close. And then we wait and see if it can go lower than 1965 in subsequent days. Tomorrow is public holiday. I hear it's Democracy Day, so we're not going to be coming on here. If the market is not open, then the live session will not hold. Your goodbyes, VOO.
Okay, so let me say that it's awesome being here today again. Conversations and then the bold moves to be on this live, right? Taking it on from here, take the learnings, go back to the videos posted on YouTube, follow through on every point, right? Take notes, please, because I still take notes. I'm still, it's still a learning curve for me as well. And don't joke with Coach, please. Don't joke with him. If you are not here, you're losing money. That's the usual thing Coach says. Yes. So until we see, hopefully Friday, right?
Friday.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Coach. Thank you.
Thank you. Maobi?
Yeah, hello, Coach. We'd like to start by thanking you for, giving us more of your time today. Believe me, 20 minutes is not a joke, in addition to the 2 hours you already give us on a daily basis. And like VOO Esquire just said, if you are not here, you are losing money. And like you always say also, we are making money this year, but I want to change that. We are already making money. And I want us all to come together, keep on being disciplined to our investment goals, and definitely we'll be here by Friday. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you very much, Maobi. Thank you, everyone, for all your contributions. We couldn't have done it without you, and my special apologies to the 9 guests still waiting to call in. Unfortunately, I am not able to respond, and this is why I encourage you to put in your calls early enough from the word go. Once it's 2 p.m. and 12 noon and we get started. Hopefully, whatever questions I've not been able to respond to and calls I've not picked, on Friday, we shall be able to handle all of it. Until we meet again on Friday, this is me saying thank you very much for all your support, all the gifters, all the likers, all the sharers. You have really made today's meeting very impactful. Go back on YouTube to recapture the moments and watch the full video, which shall be uploaded on or before 6 p.m. Nigerian time today. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening.